Oh, hello. Hello, this is Rick. This could get kind of fun. Hanging around, talking. I spend a lot of time by myself. A lot of time. You probably see when I do go out, I just talk. They just can't wait to get rid of me. In fact, a lot of people have me over for dinners because we used to have some of the coolest conversations. And, good numbers of times, I wind up, with takeout, because sometimes I just don't handle hanging out with bourgeois and all that. I like to sing in there and say, well, did you know? And, ever since I was a little kid, even my brother Timmy, you have an answer for everything, and I remember, even as a little bitty kid, way little kid, so I said, yeah, well, if I don't, I'm going to find them. And it was pretty cool. We had these Jehovah's Witness people that lived down the street, and everybody throwed rocks at them. Everyone. The Catholic people next door to us, and we were Protestants. My sister, she said Protestant. She called us prostitutes. I didn't even know what that was. But anyways, we didn't exercise any of that, that God stuff. But we knew the Lord's Prayer and stuff like that. And when a tornado come up, we'd all us kids, 5 kids and mom and grandma would, squeeze underneath the bed there in Missouri. My mom would be rattling off that Lord's Prayer trying to save us, We'd come out and the marigolds in the gardens would have bloomed and jumped over our house. Hit somebody else's, so we praise God that it missed us, but anyways, it's just hit or miss what it really comes down to, and I remember those days well. I don't know why I tangented off on that, but it's all these things, those are where our memories come from. For many years, people's memories have been consistent. They didn't have to go through Mandela. They didn't have to go through, hey, well, that's not how it was. They were always saying, well, I can't stand this new shit, this is the devil's music, you can't go this fast, it'll suck your life right out of you, all these. But it's been pretty consistent up until then, so it's not like any time in this period, what happened, but in our history, there's these blackout spots, like the missing link and thing, and claiming that we're part of the monkeys and stuff like that. I'm not really I'm not cool on all that stuff, but, they're trying to force a round peg into a square hole and make you believe it, And, that could be what I'm getting at, is that, there was this stuff I took a couple years ago, when I was a kid, a couple years ago, called salvia or something like that, and it was probably the stiffest thing I ever did in all my life, and it was something, I did it because that stupid girl did it on TV, I said, damn, if that stupid girl can do it, what the fuck, man, so I tried it. And I took the purple dose. It was the high frequent flyer ones. It was my first ones, I put it in this pipe and smoked it and did whatever they said to do, and oh my God. It was very interesting, and it's undescribable. But the whole world fell apart like in pixels. In some way, it was like it didn't chase me around, but it let me be a witness to the whole place just being erased. But by bit, I even saw myself in this little house in some way, and it reminded me of the room I grew up in. And it's like I was up in the corner looking at it, like I had displaced myself and was looking at myself down there. But I was in such a place above that room that I could look over like the wall, the partition or whatever, and I saw the same me boom, 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 going off, and in that, that like that Fibonacci spiral thing, and it was really cool. And there was this noise that was it was like, it reminded me like of, maybe like from something from the underdog shows, where like Simon Bar Sinisters or one of those, Wayback Machine started up, and it's, whatever it was like, it was this noise, and it was this machine that was like cleaning up after the show was over with, and it was just a machine that had a broom on it and had a sucking machine to suck, like a vacuum and stuff like that, and it was like the show was over, and I had this overwhelming feeling of emptiness and darkness. And there was always this, it was a controlled type of hit. I was just taking this and running off in the crowd. I was with some shamans, and it was music, and there was this beat that was going on that kept this going. And well, it wasn't a terrible experience, but what I was looking for was to be free. Something's holding me back. I have dreams where I'm lifted by just the slightest breeze will come flying, whoosh, and I'm whooshed up into the air, and I'm just absolutely paralyzed. What am I going to land on? How am I going to? And I find things to break my fall on the way down. And it's just terrifying. So I wanted to break my fear of flying. And so the whole thing started off with, I looked up and because there's all of a sudden like two worlds before it all happened, there was this convergence before everything started peeling apart like paint underneath one of those, I can't even think of what it's called right now. Shit, man. But anyways, like under a knife, a palette knife, whatever, crumbling and dispersing and falling apart into nothing, So, I think what happened was, I know what it was. There was a bird in this view, and this bird came in here, and so it was two birds on both sides, and then that was what I saw, And I was out on this canal, so it was a real live bird, and this is right when everything started happening. It was what I wanted, to be free. And I've been pretty free since then. I have been. But I tried to do that experiment in my own backyard with a friend, a few months later, and wasn't in such a controlled environment, but, I tried it anyways, and this propellers started up again and started weaving and pulling everything apart, but I could look and see behind them it was coming to me, and I could feel it ripping at the back of me, and then I was just horrified. I was scared, and I told my friend, I was right there before we black out or do this uncognate thing, I said, can you see them? Can you see them tear? I started saying, I don't want it. I telling the buzz, I don't want it. I've been there. I love my life. I love where I am. I don't want to question anymore. I don't want it. Leave me alone. It was like ripping at me and pulling at me. And it finally just left me alone. I said, I don't need to ever go back there no more. Whew, God damn, that was some freaky shit. Some freaky stuff. But anyways, it wasn't a terrible trip. But my friend, when he went on his trip, he went on him like 3 times. He went to the same place every time. And he wound up in this dark room someplace, right? This is his explanation of it. He's like 20 years younger than I am. He kept running into this dark room that had all these like a sofa, or they were like blocks, and there were people on them. But the people were there asleep. And it was like, whenever he would trip over into this thing, whatever, this place, he's like, he was one of the guys that was sleeping on the block, and he just woke up like this, and this voice would say, you're not supposed to be here. And so, he would look, and he said on the wall there was like this window in this darkness. There was this doorway or something, and he was wanting to go through it, and he said, no, you can't go through there. It was a woman's voice. And every time he tried to do it, he would snap back out of it and come back in, come back to our reality. So, this kind of freaked me out and kind of opened my mind at the same time. And, wow, this Mandela effect showing up is probably the most tangible thing, I mean, it's realer. It's realer than anything, Jesus and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all that stuff. I'll just put all those over to the side because this is the realest shit that's going on. And so, I'm going to give it some credit, and I'm going to make me come out here and start talking about it, and these wonderful experiences that, that we've learned and shared, they can't touch these things. And so we'll hold on to these. I can tell you all these things, and one day I won't even have a reference to them in the Bible. It'll have changed, and all the magic words that was in it, and all the wonderful things that the creators had done in the first place will be gone. And, everybody will start believing and doing other things, and people like me, this will be the new hunted out guy, they've done it all through history. If you're to have amnesia, then you cannot have teachers around, you can't have people that know this esoteric shit. You're not playing part of the game. That y'all hear show a girl, that whatever her name is, she's telling everybody about how the Bible changes, and I listen and watch all these girls. I love them. They have the best of hearts, but they're feeding off people's fear and shit. It's a succubus. It's the same old. Give me $1. Give me $1 and make you holler. And I'm not talking sexually with that, they're totally built off of fear and playing by this book, and so is the Illuminati. They're banking on your, do as you say, because when we kill you, you'll be going to heaven, graciously. And you'll be a pew potato. I call them pew potatoes. These are guys that sit around waiting for Jesus to come in out of the air and save everything. Just sit there and waller in shit all the rest of this time. People have been waiting for that motherfucker for a long time. And look, and they're all promised some great place to go to, and so they just treat this world like shit, and it's terrible. I'm going to a better place. Well, no, you're not. Ding, 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 memo, memo. I'm sending it to you. Hell no. I may get a chance to get out if I've learned something, but hell no, I'm going to come back and teach more. Once I remember it, I'm going to come back out and try to save more people, because, things are in this darker zone of the world. And if you've ever heard of this thing called, it's called the Great Year, and it's really, wrap around to the zodiac and all the months, quadruplified and shit like that. But anyways, there's 3 months. Everything is divided, into 3, that is. And so that makes, a wrap around 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's your guys. Well, we're in the end of it. It's called yUga, something like that. But, we're on the end of it, What it really means is that there's a spring of the world, like the beginning and the life, and that's the golden age and stuff like that. And then we get into the summer, and then we get into fall, oh my God, and oh, hell's bells, winter time. Well, we've been in winter. It's his turn. Winter is the low months, we have less sun rays coming through. We have, like that prism, where the light hits it and then spread apart, it's just something another, it's not getting to us. It's limited, and we're limited in what light gets to us. And it's done that way on purpose, it gets its rain. So if you can figure out some way, this is why they say, you can't get anything thrown at you that will hurt you if you can build your house on stone. Jesus didn't come around telling us how to fucking build a goddamn house. They've been doing that for eons and eons. Jesus comes, don't build it on sand, and you take a literal, it's absolutely retarded, Scientists know that the pineal gland, they've just found all this stuff out, but they've known this centuries ago, that if you don't work your pineal gland, stays in a sandy. It's a sandy type consistency, and it's under attack. All the different things we drink and eat, shit, what you think. It's just shrank over the centuries of non-use. Been scared out of you. You had the heaven scared out of you. So it's dink, 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 dink. It's just perfect for the end of, for winter. For the devil to reign and have a great time to fuck you up, because he has taken your stone and taken your crown away. You didn't just give it away; you sold it to him. The Bible is written like, you guys are captive. You guys are fucked up already. If you could learn to get inside there, you can bring some light on them and help fight back and kick their ass and not be a pew potato. Nothing beats a lower conscious like a higher conscious, and to think that you provide both of those weapons, you have both of those. So I think I'm probably going to end this pretty soon. But something just ran through my mind. It's like, my childhood and my life and things were worth fighting for. And I'm not ready to just give them up for this dumber version of it. And it is a dumber version. The entire thing is retarded, as I had said before. And no, it's important to me, and it's important to me, for me to tell you how to maintain your mind and your body, and teach you how to build your house on stone. Because once you start using that pineal gland, it turns to stone. And anything that you can be thrown at you, you're going to take it like a wind. Maybe you bend like a tree or something like that, but you'll take it, but it won't take you. That's what it means to have a sound mind. Because it's going to come, and this isn't a one trip to heaven. You have to go there all the time. He expects you to backslide and go and enjoy yourself, get drunk, shit fire, man, it happens. And you forget about it. He waits. He sits around and waits. Waits and waits and waits and waits. So it waits for you anytime, when you finally get tired of it. But you should get up there one time before all this shit happens, before shit hits the fan. Seems like there's some kind of tipping point, and even if it's made up, someone is in charge of it, and it's not a natural thing, so it could happen at any time, So just be prepared like that, and it's so simple. It don't cost you no money. You are supposed to find like a dark place. Jesus, or in the Bible says, he goes, you gotta go into your closet and shut the door, So you're really wanting to go into a dark place, and shutting the door means shutting everything off. It's another form of, take no thought by shutting the door, and it's like with Lot, shutting the door, keeping the door closed to the thoughts. So, and he also tells you to pray, in the sense, it says, Our Father who art in heaven, this goes down the throat chakra, hallowed be thy name. The heart, I still go where my heart's supposed to be. Hallowed be thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Stomach is, give us this day our daily bread. And then the sacrum is, what is that? Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And then the root is, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. This is the symbolic descent of Christ into hell. And if you can shut off the mind while this is going on, and this meditation as you're breathing in, then as he rises back up, he takes you with him up with his Father. And you can't do it without him, And that's how you build that stone. That's how you build it on there. It helps out. It weeds your mind out of the bad things. It weeds these things out. And bad programming. Shit goes in, shit comes out. That's how it is. And if you really want to believe in myths and talking donkeys and snakes and shit like that, and virgin births. I mean, really, you're really creating yourself a monster there. Because in reality, you're basically anything goes. You believe anything. But anyways, think about logic and things working and the way things sound. Open your eyes and your ears to this kind of communication that I'm giving you, and then try it out. I know friends of mine that are Buddhists and are welcome in the synagogue and go over to the St. Peter's Church as an Episcopal person. They're covering all their bases. I tell them, go home and learn to meditate and shut your mind off. Oh no, I can't do something. Well, goddamn, well, shit, fire. Well, anyways, make your own mind up. It's a road less traveled, and it seems to be that we've been tricked into this. Parables are hidden, allegory is a hidden thing. The Bible, all these things that I'm telling you about, a symbolism that no one knows about, is hidden. But what the Illuminati's doing is hidden. All these things are hidden. It seems like, oh my God, man, are we the only dumbasses in town? And yeah, we are. Fuck, man, let's start adding our minds, because this going up here is supposed to really help us out. It gives us insight and intuitiveness and stuff like that, and we can't ask God for anything else. You can't ask Him for a car. You can't ask Him for nothing like that. But if you have trouble getting a car because you're a drunk alcoholic mess, well, goddamn, man, go up there and see Him, and He'll help you get rid of that right off the bat. I smoked for like 30, 40 years, and I had the hardest time quitting, and then I don't care no more. And it happened about the same time all this Mandela shit started coming. That's been about 5 months now. I keep track of it by my teeth, because I heard a story about someone, I was getting ready to lose a tooth. I know I was, because I spent extra work in there cleaning, trying to fix it, because I didn't want to lose it. I'm losing two over here already, And anyhow, it's a back tooth, and it's there, it's beautiful, it's fine, so I don't mind. But what I feel I've done, and I'm getting ready to go, I think it's getting close to my time. What I feel I've done is I switch with my other dudes, If there's atoms comes in pairs, in reality, whatever he is doing, you do, And I think, that's what I've done. I think that, if he's doing the same thing I'm doing, then when he's bringing light, he's still bringing light over to back to where I was. But we came from a better place, and this place where we're at needs light, needs people like me, and it needs people that can bring some light into this world. And maybe that's why we're here for, But that's how I feel. I feel like I've switched with my bud, and with my other half, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I just hope he's doing fine. He sure has done a good thing here. Everything looks the same, except my damn Bible. And me. Alright, so, pleasure. Enjoy yourself. And, peace.